I just sometimes I just gravitate toward the the ones I have the most views for, or I have time for. So my apologies. Don't mean to miss you guys, but I'm going to try to just do them randomly here and see what we get. Um, just because I do have a lot of things that I'm trying to accomplish myself, so I'm just doing these reads as just as an extra adjunct to my things that I like to do. I try to build skill sets as time goes on, and I try to do something every few months. So as it goes, just going to give you a indicator. This is just going to be a general read, not going to speak to all of you. You're not all making a decision on a Saturday, so you may currently be in this energy or moving toward this energy, but either way, there is going to be some sense of an idea of how this relates. If it doesn't relate to you, then certainly you can track into the next month. But currently, this is what I see happening for Virgo in this current month for January 2025. All right off the bat, I do see that we are in a bit of a stuck place, or we feel like we're stuck, or we feel like we've got some ideas, some things percolating, some thing in regards to money that seems to be at the forefront. Um, Seven of Pentacles is definitely deliberating and trying to figure out what your long-term overall plan would be, and it certainly does indicate that there is sort of a pause that you are taking at this time in the month of January to take stock of your efforts and where you're headed and what you've achieved so far, what worked, what didn't work, where the adjustments are that you need to make to improve your outcome overall. So it is also a card of patience. It is a luckier card, with the 7 being very spiritual and that kind of thing. So I do feel like there is going to be some definite insights coming in for this month intuitively as a hit for you. And that's probably why I see so many of the cards of sitting back and taking stock and, trying to figure out your next move over the long term. So great growth, of course, does take time. And with that 7 of Pentacles, it's a reminder that whatever it is that you're putting your time and energy into and nurturing, that is where you're going to see your project unfold. There is going to be some rewards further out. I do see something even contractual, not so much in this month, but further out, there is going to be some kind of a judgment or some kind of a decision or something that comes through that will help to balance things out. Your finances is very much on the mind. There is definitely some indicator of it's tied into your emotions, absolutely, but you have to remain patient and committed with this kind of energy, because it's like it's percolating energy. So something is going to accumulate over time here, but it doesn't accumulate overnight. So just remain patient and committed. The other part of it is, again, when you're taking stock of everything and making those adjustments, when you make those adjustments, it's also about reallocating your resources to achieve, to achieve the most benefit out of the goal. So I feel like, again, with your finances being at the forefront here, you are looking for some kind of point of growth and you want it measurable, and you're willing to make those changes in this new direction, but you're in that period of contemplation about what to keep nurturing and what is, what's the best time and energy to invest yourself in. Hi, Jay. Yeah, ask your questions and I'll do them at the very end. So for sure I will. But I feel like you're just, again, reevaluating your expectations about what has been challenging for you, which clearly has been finances at this point. And so I feel like this is where you're making the adjustments to put the time and energy, like I say, into something that's more going to yield a desired result, that versus just doing a next step. I think as well, and again, this is long-term energy, that 7 of Pentacles, but it is putting your money into the right things. So, and hi there, Sprout and Cosmo. So I definitely feel like you're putting your money into the right things. Whatever you're contemplating at this time, success is not immediate, but it is going to take the time to, build up and come to fruition as it goes here. But it's those resources are, I think at this time, I don't know if you've really been, I think you might have been spreading yourself too thin. I did post cards that were over here as well, that kind of speak to some great outcome. But again, not in the month of January, but a little bit further out. But I still feel like right now, the really, you're really looking at is, for a better outcome, would be the finances. We'll kind of ask something in terms of relationships here as well, but either way, I do feel like you're just taking some deliberate care and effort to put your money and your energy into something that's more long-term potential, basically. So again, whatever your current path is in terms of work, just know that there is going to be growth and there is going to be rewards for an advancement in whatever it is you're doing here. But the other part of it is you need that self-reflection to enable to make that progress. So right now you're being encouraged, to make the plans, work steadily along the goal, and take the time, to really invest in things. I feel like you're doing this on a very individual basis. I feel like it's not something that you are coordinating with other people to do. It feels like you're feeling maybe a little bit alone in the process. But I mean, definitely it is something that is well worth your time and effort for sure. So 7 and 9 of Pentacles together, as that is the clarifier, is the patience for the hard work. And again, as I mentioned, self-sufficiency, enjoying those rewards. And I do feel that luxury and all of those things, good money is further out for you. So whatever luxury means to you is going to be speaking to you all a little bit differently. Sometimes for some, it's just meeting all those bills. For others, on another scale, it can be really broadening out your financial base to something that operates in perhaps a business venture. But I don't see business venture out here right now on the table. It just looks like you're trying to sort of balance things out around home front. This, because of some pairings here, they kind of speak to that as well. Could be dealing with a younger person here as well, or somebody who represents as coming in as a page in terms of love, which is more of an of, and they feel familiar to you. They feel like they've been around for a while, because that Four of Wands does speak to me as feels like home, feels like somebody's very. Oh, don't worry, Jay. I will do your reading for you for sure. But I still feel like you're being urged to, be in that space, contemplative patience, and reevaluate, because there's something here that you really need to nurture and make that long-term growth fulfilling. And I'm not just talking about finances. It also looks like it's in terms of your home front, because there's something there around that that could use a little bit of attention. Because the only energy that I see, or I shouldn't say the only, the big energies that I see here that are the main ones out, that will be impacting you for the month of January, as you're making a decision. You're getting some kind of, enlightenment or kind of wake up call, something here that is really kind of shaking you a bit emotionally, that is, you're really trying to figure out, because that's what the Judgment card is out here. So it is a 2. It is a spiritual awakening. It's enlightenment. So again, you could be going down more of a path of something spiritually, but either way, it is valuable lessons that you've learned, and it's culminating in this period for January. So it's also, when you're getting to a point of making a decision like that, it's releasing the past where you want to start something fresh. And I feel like that's how you're going to be moving forward in the month of February, March onward. Again, depends on how quickly you work through this energy for the most part, but I feel like you're really coming to terms with something, whatever it is, because we do have air sign. It could be also relevant with a Libra. Definitely this water sign out here, Aquarius. But either way, I just feel like whatever the changes are that are coming in for you, they will be for the better. It's going to put you back into the driver's seat, because it's going to have a big impact on you in the month of January. So whatever you're committing to and whatever you're trying to regenerate, and that is what I see here with that decision card, you're going to make a decision to either, it would be either to call it quits or go forward. But I feel like what you're doing is going forward and really balancing it out in a really, in a quite a different way maybe than you had. So what I mean by that is that you're weighing your options out. What is the best decision for this situation? It's not guaranteeing any kind of perfect decision, but it's reviewing those hard choices that you have to make in this period. So for sure, it's definitely, in terms of even your own health, I feel like things are starting to regenerate in that on that basis as well. But either way, there's something here about, if you had some kind of blockages or stuck energy, more so is really what I'm seeing here. I just feel like you're able to transform that and turn your life into a better, it'll be going into February for the better. That's what I'm trying to say there. So I would say that would be earnings increasing, all of that, because you have so many money cards here. It's clearly your foundation. It's quite significant. It seems to be the focus here. You might even be at a little bit of a crossroads with that hermit energy out here. But like I said, it's you taking distance away from people and from things, and able to sort of grow yourself internally, externally. It'll eventually manifest itself. But right now, I just feel like you're in a very internal sort of space. Sorry, not hermit, but the hanged man. But it just feels like you are, yeah, you're really trying to work through something here that is going to take a little bit of time to, sort of get through. But I mean, like I say, hanged man it doesn't necessarily mean stuck. And I say that because in your case, it's not followed up by a card of inaction. It's actually followed up by, which would be a 3, and it is an action card of movement, but it's followed up with a page. So again, there's movement, something that you are currently feeling is stuck. But it's a period of transition, really, is what I would say there, because all the cards show forward movement. So your life might feel frustrating right now. It might feel like you're, in a place of suspension, but there's an opportunity for deeper meaning and purpose, as well as, you are going to be making a decision which will sort of herald things forward and move you past. Because of this adjustment to your point of view, I feel like you are able to actually get out of this standstill or this delay or this victim consciousness, whatever it is. I don't feel like it's so much that you're in a negative space so much as it's more a feeling of a pause, but a necessary one, and able to, let go or release or, spiritually develop. So it's a bit of a crossroads, but it's one that is peaceful so that you can actually, release and shift and solidify the things that you need to, to how do I put that? It's not that I necessarily feel like your values or anything are out of order. Nothing's in chaos, nothing like that. It's almost like you just feel like something's holding you back, and you're ready to sort of break free from that energy, basically. Okay. So for the most part, like I say, the energy is around your money, your finances, and you want to turn your life around. And I feel like you are going to be able to get that opportunity to do so. The judgment card is the big energy as well as feeling stuck. So again, this month or very soon after for some of you, I feel like this is where you're going to really see your life start to unfold, especially in terms of your emotions. It feels like your emotions have been maybe in question or has been the issue. But I feel like overall that self-reflection and that emotional higher calling or, depth that you're looking for and that intuition, that is going to allow for that emotional growth. And that's where I see most of the possibility for you in the month of January, because you're getting the insights. You're getting a balance between the finances will be further out, but right now it's like you're focusing on the emotional or the inner wisdom, trusting those gut feelings, all of that. And it's a healing sort of element that you're trying to sort of bring back some level of balance into your emotional level. So again, that takes identifying it and releasing it, those negative emotional patterns and whatever it is for you. But it's basically about kind of, again, life review with the judgment card out here. So, and again, there's also a sense of realization of things. So it's like you're also coming to a point where you're realizing what you've been avoiding, realizing what your emotional needs are, looking at the past emotional experiences and maybe your connection to money and how that impacts you as well emotionally. But you are becoming aware of something here that was hidden or repressed, or, and you're resolving it, and you are able to kind of do so in an emotionally compassionate way to yourself, where you're actually listening to your intuition, where you're actually looking after your well-being in this period. That's what I feel like January is for you. The other part of it is too, is the, not only just having the realization of your emotional values and, a career direction or making the adjustments that you need to move in these spaces, but, you could be kind of looking at more of a profound personal transformation because of that judgment card, especially when it's followed up with the Libra card there. And again, it doesn't have to be Libra or an air sign, but the judgment and the justice card, even though it is just a clarifier, is still indicating that there is something here that needs to allow you to free yourself. So it's like there's an element of truth or accountability or something. And again, for some of you, this could be a court thing where there's a ruling or something that was not moving forward, and it is moving forward now. And don't worry, Jay, I see you there. We're almost done. I just wanted to go through the last few cards that I'd pulled there also. I do them at the end so it's not confusing for the others watching for Virgo. But I feel like even in a legal matter, or if there's something contractual that needed to have some kind of a decision around it, I feel like it'll be a fair outcome. And it's based on obviously evidence, facts, all of that. But either way, I still feel like something is going to come through for you that is going to help to balance things out. So it affects you or impacts you emotionally. But it definitely is around your home front or around family or that foundation. So there's something there that you feel is not moving ahead, that is going to actually work out in your favor. And I do feel like you're really worried about it. With that Nine of Swords, you're really worried about something that's not come through, but it is going to be coming through. So just know that for those of you that are dealing with a legal issue or something contractual or something, again, that has to do with a level of fairness in terms of investments or finances, because it's also followed up with King of Pentacles. So somebody holds the money here, and it feels like you're really worried that that's not going to come through, or that this person is somehow impacting the read in a negative way. And I say that because we've got Wheel of Fortune. So this also indicates maybe something a little bit further out, but it's almost like you feel like this person has not been dealing with you in an integral way. So there hasn't been fairness, or there hasn't been honesty, or something like that. But you're sort of transitioning away from all of that, and you start to see that there is more of a commitment in a situation that's going to bring you about further out. Again, this is just clarifiers, but further out, there is a level of happiness that's going to really impact you, and that's wish fulfillment. So something that you really wanted in regards to, again, could be a court decision or a government decision or something in around a corporate entity that is bringing about wish fulfillment. And again, you're sort of transitioning away from sort of this toxic energy of negativity, because the energy that's around you right now is there's more fortuitous luck that's going to be coming in, that will be over the course of the year. Because for me, it's more of a turning point in your life, not in the month of January. You do have a big turning point of some sort that's more internal, but further out, there's more of an external, financial, practical thing that's going to impact and change things for you. So King of Pentacles, to me, it's around the money. Mature energy here could be representing a person as well, but it's King of Pentacles with the World card. And to me, that's a great combination, because that does indicate that there is going to be some luck in a situation. So I definitely feel like it's not right now, but you have something to look forward to that will be a little further out in your favor. So again, you have mastery over the material or the financial realm in a larger span of time. It is going to be a successful journey where things are going to start to feel more whole, and it's more on a global scale. So it's not just, it's an expansion even of your particular reach. You're going to be able to do more. So whatever makes you feel insular and, closed in and out of balance and disrupting your inner peace, just know that you're actually moving into a really excellent space where the cycle is going to allow for wholeness. So overall, there's a sense of satisfaction. So embrace that as it comes forward. But right now, see that there's a lot that you're just processing, but in a positive way. It doesn't feel like and you still have a lot of worries, and you're still sort of trapped in your head a little bit here. But I would say it's more about the money financial situation that seems to be at the forefront. So either way, like I said, everything is going to open up over the course of the year over a larger span of time. Wish fulfillment is coming in for you. And for me, it's usually like a 3 to 6 month range, 3 month for sure, at least, before you start to see something like that, because those are the clarifiers. And I did pull quite a few, but you're moving in the right direction. So continue to contemplate what you need to in terms of your finances, because you're going to be able to implement it somewhere. It will, and you're doing the right thing in wherever it is that you're investing it. So I do see, okay, so on to Jay's question here. Let's just see what's happening for Jay. Okay, Jay, so what is happening? What is happening for Jay? What is coming in for Jay? What is coming in for Jay in the immediate future? So again, immediate doesn't mean a week or 2 weeks. I mean, timing on tarot is a little bit hard to grasp, but just because it's more of a fluid energy, it's not a fixed idea. it's something, any decisions that you make, you can always pull into a different direction based on, how you're feeling that day. And that's why I say, for the most part, I feel like we have a general energy that is either negative or positive or whatever. Nothing negative, because I mean, it's like success, right? Anything that you do that's involving success has to have an impact of failure in there. It has to. That's how you get ahead. So that you know how to twist and turn and maneuver and negotiate and learn the skills that you to bring something forward. But either way, we are looking at Jay. So what is happening for Jay? What's coming in for Jay in the next short while? Okay, the card that fell out, I'm not going to pull it out yet, but the card that fell out was the Fool card. So it looks like there's a new adventure, something that's coming in. What is coming in for Jay in the next short while? What is coming in for Jay in the next short while? You are in that space of Seven of Pentacles. Things are still sort of percolating for you. You're in a bit of a pause position. Okay, so what's happening for Jay? What is happening for Jay coming in the near future? Oh, okay. We have a couple of cards that jumped out. We have the Ten of Pentacles, which is great, but we also have the Devil card. So I'm going to those as together because I think they are correlated. And I don't know if that's around family matters, finances, but there's definitely something there that is toxic, could be dealing with any kind of issues around dependencies or anything like that too. But as I say, it's only some kind of a negative energy impacting your finances, your foundation, your long-term legacies, like anything that it's overshadowing it. So, okay, so what else is coming in here? But I mean, on the upside, Ten of Pentacles is still up there. It still overpowers a lot of things here with that Seven of Pentacles. What else do we have coming in for Jay? What is coming in for Jay in the coming months? Oh, very good card. All right, so I'll slide and let you see that here in a second. It's actually the Chariot. Okay, so what's the Chariot? Why is Virgo somehow could play a role here too? What is the Hermit? And what is the Ace of Swords? Coming in quick. All right, and Seven of Pentacles. A few more seconds here. Seven of Pentacles for Jay. Water sign prevalent. Devil. Why is the Death card here? Page of Pentacles. All right, there's a couple of things here. Again, it sort of reads in a few different ways, so however that resonates for you, Jay. But what I see here overall, again, Seven of Pentacles still indicates that you're sort of sitting on the fence with something. I'm not quite sure how to go forward, but I mean, I will say there's a lot of action here that sort of opens up, over the course of the few months, not just for January. But the Seven of Pentacles does indicate having some patience, reassessing things right now, and having a little bit of sustained effort is what you'll need to do and able to get out of whatever it is that you're dealing with. Finances, big time on the brain, and it seems like goals and that kind of thing are coming through very strongly. I don't know if that correlates mostly for you, but that is what I see here. There could have been a death of a person, or there could have been some kind of a toxic union or something that ended that was a family dynamic as well. There's water sign that's prevalent here. There's also Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming through. So I want to say that's further out, but what I see here could be dealing with a younger person as well, or someone that was very dynamic, but somehow it impacts your family scenario, or somehow your long-term financial state does not, you feel, seems unstable in some way. So but let's I'm jumping around a little bit there, but what I see again, Seven of Pentacles and the King of Cups dealing with a mature energy. So again, that is trying to balance out sort of your emotional state with that as well. So emotional aspects, but there's mastery that you need to have some patience with over that area of your emotional state. There's a level of self-control that's required to sort of evaluate things. You're feeling overwhelmed emotionally. It does indicate that you would be better off to have some kind of emotional resilience around the situation. The two of these sort of represent as, but financially, I feel like you're going to have a really good new adventure opening up to you. You have some things available to you that you're not quite seeing. There's a lot of stability, and it's a long-term, steady effort that's going to keep working. Despite your feeling a little ungrounded at this time, you are still, there's a certain emotional wisdom that will come through this situation. But I just feel like you are at a stage where you need to evaluate your progress and stay calm and able to find a way to grow it, because it is going to take some time to manifest, but it is here. The energy is here on the table. Uh, like I said, I don't know if I might just clarify again on that Ten of Pentacles and the Devil card, because again, this could be, like I said, some kind of connection that was unhealthy attachment, unhealthy attachment to money or something like that as well, or success, but something that was challenging your level of control or you seem obsessed by. So whatever it is for you, it's a restrictive influence around family dynamic and long-term growth financially. There is material success here, and there is ambition here, and there is maybe an overindulgence sort of energy, whether this is drinking or otherwise, but it still feels like there could have been a level of dependence on, again, could be family or it could be something here around that dynamic, but there's could be a codependency as well, power struggle. But either way, I just feel like with that death card out there, you felt restricted by whatever it was, by family, or you felt restricted by, you know, finances in some way. Something to build didn't go through the generation like you wanted it to. I don't know if this was, possibly a death for some where there has been, money that was not quite received, or it was a smaller amount than expected, something like that. Um, but either way, it just feels like there has been some kind of compromise that, around the family area or around that it's been unhealthy anyway. It wasn't really allowed to grow in a larger scale way. The other thing though is because there is like very positive cards here. So like I said, this is still further out, but I'm looking at this could be dealing with a younger person here as well. But there's some kind of a project or something here with the Ten of Pentacles and is a chance for it to rebuild again or something to come in, because the Page of Pentacles is still that card of doing more study or going back to study. But I feel like there's either a decision you're not quite sure about making, but you will up ahead. Probably in this month you're thinking about it, but there's a decision between directions. So the Ten of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Page of Pentacles is still, still very positive. You have the upper hand in the situation. But it just feels like I said, that combination still feels a little bit restrictive or unhealthy in some way. And again, it's self-limiting beliefs, anything like that that is somehow inhibiting your ability to grow. But I still feel like your direction is very positive. Page of Pentacles is you've got a fresh mindset, sorry, that will help you to overcome whatever it is that was controlling you or manipulating or codependency or whatever it was. But you've got a more balanced approach here. And I do feel like hi, Nikki. Well, it might very well be, because it's a general read, but it only has some elements because it's all under Virgo on this one. But again, however it speaks to you, but it just feels like a more positive future. So again, whatever the self-sabotaging patterns were, it feels like a break free from that, because there's a growth up ahead. Right now, necessarily, you might be in the energy of it, have a sense of it, but I feel further out it's going to be a bigger transition into going forward, a lot more break-free energy, a lot more able to attract things to you again. So there's something there about just kind of, you have to, the promise of that long-term security is there, but it's almost like you have to take a fresh approach to get there. So remain focused on the practical steps that are needed for sustainable growth, because that's going to help you to bring about this big change. And again, I see the Chariot card out here. So Chariot, of course, is ambitious, and but the Chariot and the Hermit is like, you're ready for action and you're making a decision to get there. Whether this is all in this month or shortly thereafter, but that ace of swords is here. So you're getting the clarity, and it is coming in pretty quickly, actually. You might even be getting communication about this new path. So whether if this is a new job or something that's coming through for you, it's definitely on the way. There is a lot of inner wisdom, that something needed to slow you down to sort of, kind of push you forward, basically. And then you'll be able to assert yourself, because you need to sort of align your values with your actions. And that's really what I see, to be able to find the balance to move forward with a lot more confidence. I feel like you're taking that time, like I said, to reflect and stay connected to what has meaning for you. But it's that strategic journey that's going to give you that external momentum. So you're only an inch away from it, but there's a lot of amazing energy coming through with that. So again, even with the Chariot, like I said, you're making some kind of a decision. The main cards out here for you were uh, that are impacting you or the family dynamic. But well, even though it's not a major arcana, but it is still a pretty inclusive card. Like you're headed toward the right direction with lots of expansion, but there's something here about having to step back to kind of rebuild it again. So I don't know if there was a loss of something here, loss of money, or something didn't bring in the money that you were hoping for, like I said. But either way, you're in a bit of a transition. So whether there was an end to a situation that was a bit devastating in some way, you're in that space of trying to let go of what was painful right now. So it's, again, you're trying to find a way to put that behind you. But again, it still feels like it could be Scorpio energy here as well, but your challenge is to put that aside. It's not about, it's finding a way to learn to accept it. And so it's telling yourself the things like, well, I needed to something and able to go forward to be successful in this direction. But for sure, Chariot is a successful direction. So you might have had some kind of a loss or money didn't come through as you expected, but I still feel like you need to release that situation because that's where you metamorphosize. So anyway, hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight. I'm glad you guys were checking this out. I'm just doing a short read for today for my power on my phone goes out, but that's what I've got for you there. I just want to quickly mention, again, you're going to get some kind of information. If not in this month, it'll be pretty soon into February, going to indicate the new path that you're on here, and it's going to be a brand new journey. The Fool is the card of, you're making the decision, I feel, this month to take that brand new journey, but the Fool itself is the indicator that this is where you can sort of really commit to the new beginning. And it's almost like you know, you need clarity before you could go forward. So that's what I have there for you. But either way, I feel like your direction is one that is going to flourish in a really amazing way. You just aren't aware of it yet. Doesn't feel like it right now because there's, no significant improvement to show you that. But just know that remain committed because even though there's been some kind of a loss, your things are going to open up here. Things are absolutely going to open up. And the other part of it is too, the Fool card isn't necessarily like, I'm seeing some, you know I do see that there is some ideas that are coming through, and that might be part of the thing that helps you to get clear on something, like a truth or an element of clarity that's coming in, that is going to help open you up. So like I said, it's like you need to wait for that, and then everything starts to move in the right direction. So that's when you go into this new beginning, this other, because the Fool card, of course, is the card of taking a leap of faith, going into something that you have very little knowledge or information of. And of course, that you did have the Page of Pen there as well, which is meaning there's more information or more research or more studying, something that needs to be done here first. But it's almost like you have to let go of the fear and the negativity and whatever it was that was restricting you, because you're avoiding change and resisting the new experience. But I feel like once you get this clarity in this, probably the coming month, that's where it all starts to unleash. It'll feel unstuck. You'll be more willing to go forward. Just as I say, I know you don't feel it right now, but the fresh start is right there. And not only is it a fresh start, it's a lucrative fresh start. So something is going to allow you to go forward. New information's coming in. And then once you get that clarity, you're going to feel a lot freer to be able to open up to this new journey. That's when you make the decision. That's what I have for you, Jay. Okay, guys, that is my read for the month of January. And until next time.